A dramatic reading of Metroid High School. Chapter 7. Election Insurrection. Author's Notes. Hello! Okay, I'm so sorry that I took so long to write again. Thanks for everyone staying the course and remembering the story. That's so cool, 52 reviews. Even bads are good. Okay, lots of things have happened since last time, and I'm sorry it's been a time. Cervantes and I aren't internet dating only friends, but now we're still happy, and it's pretty cool he still wants people to read things, and he's going to have new stuff soon, so check it or out. Also, I've taken new classes like Special English to learn new words and even make some up. My friends made a new law that we can't use said anymore in stories, so there's more spice and less crap, if you catch the drift. Also, I've learned more politics and understandings from Cervantes, so there'll be references to today's issues if you notice, because they're hidden. This chapter's dedicated to Sir Sarcasm, because even though you're not being real and mean, the joke's on you because you wrote a nice review, even though you're mean, so ha! Samus Aran, what the hell? Miss Chozo freaked out at the teen. Samus had powers but not mind control, so she couldn't figure the deal. Unfortunately, the deal was clear because Samus had a D in Historiero, and Chozo was a major. Samus, this is unacceptable under this house. You must succeed or there will be capital punishment. Samus de facto mom venged. Samus wanted to be a teen and dissent an eye roll, but she was afraid of her legal guardian and didn't want to make moves that would make things mad, or she wouldn't be able to go to the mall with Helen and Mandy anymore. And what about even boys? Okay, I'll think of something, Samus casualed as she ran off to classes, leaving Chozo mom in a dust bowl. Minorities, Miss Chozo backlashed. School hadn't begun, but Samus was taking time to convey the messages to her friends, and it was almost an apocalypse. My history D is going to destroy my life, Samus exclaimed to everyone in the entire city who heard. Even construction workers dropped. Okay dude, it's not the end of the world yet, there still could be time. Situation controlled Amy, who tried her best from turning it into a disaster, but everyone knew a problem. It was only 2 weeks until grades were in, and what was there to do? Questions were stopped because... Hello and slip dippin' cop flop clippin' slip ditch fizzo sliz, Principal Yokoi embarrassed. He tried to be a teen, but everyone only groaned and laughed at his lack of legit, and he was embarrassed, but the news continued. Today, the majority legislator decided that if anyone in the state becomes class president, they have an automated A in history from experience and leadership. The principal announced to populists. Not everyone cared about politicrap, but Samus liked a clause. No, clauses are in a constitution or law or something, and it says that things like freedom or A's and things. In other news, Class President Candon was impeached yesterday because of stealing school money and using it to fund hedges in the parking lot and buy pork barrels for the hockey team, so there's going to be a total recall on next Tuesday. The class knew that Caden was hungry for power and food, but wow would have guessed his Nixonics, and who would be drafted? Samus was on her way out of school from another day of MHS when she heard a sketch voice echo down the corridor. Psst! Hello? Samus warded off Spirits, but it wasn't, Spirit, it was only Trace.
Samus, the game dude was black hacking into Power School, and he noticed a problem with your history and the D.
Trace intonated. Normally, Samus would have frecked from the breach of Second Amendment, but she knew that Trace was a man of fine points. What are you going to do? Samus cut the chase.
Hasty girl.
Trace smiled with a grin.
The thing is that Game Dude and I formed an exploratory commission, and we've decided that you would be a possible candidate to lead the school to the total recall. And if you win, then...
Trace left the rest up to Samus's imagination. Samus had never thought about policy and governmental duty before, but this was an intrigue because she remembered the new A clause from the news this morning, and knew that if she didn't get an A somehow, that she'd have to take a fifth or suffer the consequences. I'll think about it, Samus non-committed, but secretly everyone knew the realties. It was going to be an election, but would there be an insurrection? The next day school started, Samus had already cleansed her mind and her decision was clear, but first she had to choose to go to a party. She knew from school news that the Republicans liked to kill trees, but she liked trees, so she became Democratic. Okay, welcome to the Democrat Caucus, invited Amy to everyone because she was the leader woman of the Democrats in school committee, and she could run meetings and primaries and was also a speaker in school senate, but no one cares about student council, so, whatever. Today is when we choose who will run for president, so if there are nominations, now's the time to commit, advocated Amy. There were heads that rolled, but in the end, people made decisions. I nominate Tio Juan, Helen endorsed her favorite boyfriend. Some people laughed at his name, but they were kicked out of the party because of anti-immigration. Okay, are there other nominees? Amy wondered aloud to the community.
I nominate Samus,
Adam Malkovich. Wait. Last chapter his name is Adam Malkovich. So Adam Malkovich. Oh, it's a new term. You're getting Malkoviched. Oh god, I hate this stupid series. He and Samus were almost going out, so this was a shoo-in. Parentheses. And this is before Samus and Ridley met, so don't freak out. He's not forgotten, okay? Oh, so apparently this is a prequel then. Oh. Okay, that closes the nomination, so it's time to rock the votes. Amy used MTV language. So how caucuses work is that candidates stand in corners and then people walk over, and whoever has more people wins and is nominated. Amy explained to multitudes. When she gave the signal, people walked over to the corners for Samus or Tio Juan. It was really close seat the beginning, but near the end more people went to Samus because not everyone was too keen on having a Mexico president, and plus, Samus was kinda hot. Thank you voters and congratulations to Samus Aran, who will now be voted at the Total Recall. Everyone pledged delegates to the football queen, even Tio Juan because he was still friends and a Democrat. Samus had won the Democrats, but what about the election? Before the day was over, Trace and Amy wanted to have a word with the candidate. Good job on the nomination, but here's the deal. Amy began with a sentence. The election is going to be a tough one, but you're going to have some help. Trace and I will be your campaign managers, because I can help with the Democrat votes and Trace can use underground connections to help with the election totals. Amy finished up as Trace nodded with a slyful grin. Okay, this is good, but who am I up against? Samus pondered as she awaited results from her staffers.
At lunch, the Republicans had their primary, and Captain Falcon was chosen as the victor.
Trace slyly foxed. Helen and Samus were not pleased at the news, and it reflected with their demeanors. Oh my god. Oh my god. Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon was very popular because he was the captain of the track team and held every record, even some that were made up just for him. Some people said that he cheated by using a race car instead of running, but his parents had shit. Metroid High, like the cleanest written story ever, and they're just like, some people said that he cheated by using a race car instead of running, but his parents had a shitload of money, so they paid judges and everyone was okay. Oh my god, his parents had a shitload of money. It's time for a strategy. Amy began the plan. Okay, so Captain Falcon will probably try to use money to win, but if we speak with truth and say what's right, people will vote. Amy optimized. Trace wasn't so positive because of his experience in shady smoker room deals, but he knew that Samus had a shot, except there were Republicans everywhere and it'd be a tough one. Elections had been close, but in the end, someone always won. But would it be Samus? Over the week before the election, there were many deals, seals, and campaigns. Captain Falcon used his money like everyone thought, and bought ads that smeared across the intercom. One even said that Samus, did you know what with the lobbyists? For everyone unclear, lobbyists wait around the lobby of Congress and buy drinks and tickets for senators so they vote for high gas prices and less trees. Oh my god. I'm literally gonna, stop this series. This is the worst thing I've ever read in my life. Luckily, Samus was a Democrat, so people knew she wasn't into that shit. God damn it! It's like they just discovered what the word was, or they're trying to be edgy. It was a bumpy road, but it was time for the debate. Okay, welcome to the 72 Memorial Debates. Principal Yokoi kicked off the dramatics. Everyone knows the candidates, and now it's time to hear about the issues.
The first question is for you, Mr. Falcon,
journalized Silex, the president of the class newspaper.
What are your feelings about global warming?
Captain Falcon cooled with a simmering snap.
My real question is, what are you feeling about global warming?
Falcon sleaze-stepped the issue. All the Republicans cheered because they were too stupid to understand that Falcon had not answered the question and was only sucking his guts.
Thank you, Mr. Falcon. Dr. Samus.
Dr. Samus! I have a PhD. Oh my god.
Dr. Samus, how do you feel about World War III?
Silex discretionized. All eyes were on Samus as she formulated her position, but she remained cucumber cool and answered, War is not the option, but if it's necessary, then it must happen for people. Many people clapped except for the Falcon Republicans who were too stupid to know about wars. Thank you everyone. That concludes the debate, and it is time to choose the candidates. But remember not to choose popular people, and only who your heart is after. Yokoi Disney channeled, but everyone knew that people would vote for the populists. But who was the most? The votes were just about to be tallied, and Samus was taking a walk through halls when she heard a strange rumbling bumbling noise from the boiler room. What could it be? She investigated as she opened the door, and was shocked to find a political machine!
Ha ha! You caught us trying to rig votes with a copying machine!
Snaked up Captain Falcon and ex facto Candon, who were joined with other Republicans. They looked serious, but Samus was too. Ties unacceptable! Samus furied as she began to jitsu signs and stances, but Candon summoned bodyguards. Who was it? Kraid and his gang! Luckily, Samus was used to fighting these losers, so she took them all out with her techniques and attacks, and soon they were piled on the floor.
You may have defeated idiots, but what about me? Captain Falcon, punch!
Samus, but she dodged, and dumbass Falcon fell out of the window. He punched so hard. Candon ran away because he didn't want to get caught, but Hall Monitor Noxus jailed him for conspiracies against the populace. And what about Samus? Congratulations, President Oran! Principal Yokoi inaugurated Samus to the presidency, and there were many cheers among the crowd, even a few rhinos who were sorta like Democrats. Everything was going well, but right as Samus signed the articles and was about to enact the A clause, a voice could be heard over the announcer.
Hello to the people of the school. It is I, Emperor Falcon. I have taken over the office, and I am now the president of this school.
Principal Yokoi was befuddled, but he was a bozo cop and didn't even know what to do. The school was under siege.
My first order of business is that Samus Aran, who thinks she is president of the class, is arrested for treason against Falcon government.
The captain hardlined as you could hear Kraid and gang members in the background snacking and snicking at the situation.
When she is arrested, she is to be killed and displayed for public appeal.
Samus's eyes narrowed. She may have won the election, but would she win the insurrection? The Metroid high school election was over. The Metroid Civil War had just begun.